A little kiss, okay. So I was just out on my kayak with Sophie, and I was out on my kayak, and Sophie looked at me like she really wanted to come on, so we decided to try and see what would happen if she got on the kayak with me, and she just couldn't relax. She was standing up and wobbly, and then I was afraid I was going to tip over, and honestly I had my phone in a little wet pack around my neck, and that was the thing I was mostly concerned about. But I thought, that's a great idea for yoga tonight, because in order to find balance, we have to be able to relax. She could never relax today, so I took her back to the dock and she hopped off, and then I went out. But we'll keep practicing, right? Just like our yoga. So I thought we'd start standing today. So if you just come to the top of your mat or the center of your mat, and just bring your feet about hip width, maybe 6 inches apart, maybe a little wider, just so you feel that balance between the right and the left side. And just kind of rock side to side, begin to get your bearings, and then find some stillness. And come into mountain pose. So we'll start in a mountain pose. So you guys know what that means. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Maybe palms turn facing up so you have that spaciousness in the chest. And then lift the crown of your head toward the ceiling. Tuck your pelvis slightly. And bring your chin parallel with the earth. And then if you're comfortable, let your eyes close and just see how that feels for a moment before you decide if the balance is there. And if you're practicing and you have a chair nearby, feel free to use the chair or a wall just to give you that sense of stability and balance. And then just notice your normal breath here. Notice the sounds in your space. Notice the light that may be shining through your closed eyelids. Allow yourself to grow imaginary roots here through the bottoms of your feet so you feel really stable and balanced. We're not on a boat. We're just on a planet hurtling through space. No, just kidding. We are. Find that stability, that balance. And soften your face. Maybe let a gentle smile curl up on your lips. And begin to deepen the breath. Inviting in some longer breaths to find that sense of relaxation that is the precursor to a sense of feeling balanced. So in your next inhalation, if you'd like, constrict the back of the throat so much so that you might hear a little sound that sounds like the ocean. And then with your lips gently closed, breathe out, keeping that constriction in the back of the throat. This is our Ujjayi pranayama. Slow down the breath even more, finding that pause at the top of the inhale, a slow exhalation, and then a pause at the bottom of the exhalation. Good. Take a few more. And make this last one your deepest inhalation so far. Pause and hold the breath, puff up your chest, draw your shoulders back, and then let your exhalation be slow. And then when you're ready, blink open your eyes, shake it out, wiggle your hips, and come back into just a relaxed mountain pose. And just take a moment to notice how that breath worked for you. Feeling a little more steady. Let's see how we're feeling. Let's just take our chin down to our chest before we start. And on our inhale, lift the nose up toward the ceiling, keeping the broad shoulders. And then chin back down to chest on the exhale. And then inhale back up. Exhale down. We'll take another one, lifting the nose toward the sky. And exhale, chin down to chest. And then bring yourself to parallel and just take a gander over toward the right, see what you see. And then take a gander over to the left. And just turn your head from side to side a few times, just bringing a little more mobility into the neck. Good. And let's take some circles, just circling up and around in one direction. Keeping those feet firmly planted, those roots growing deeper, providing that stability and that sense of belonging here. And then switch directions, go the other way, draw nice big circles or little circles, depending on how many crunchies you're finding in your neck. Keep your breath nice and smooth. You might close your eyes. Good. Then take one more circle, bring it on back to center, blink open your eyes and shake that out. We'll bring our hands to our hips. Just take some hip circles here. Good. Going in one direction. I was thinking this practice might actually be good for golfers. I should have invited my husband. Go the other way. I think Sophie's had it. She's relaxed. As long as she's not in a kayak. Good. And come back to center and just lift your toes and spread them and recommit to your mat, pressing all the joints of your toes into the mat. So you're getting some extra arthritis prevention for those toes, which is really good. And we're going to take our arms up to the sky on our inhale, reach up, and on our exhale, take your hands, bend your elbows, and cross your arms so your hands come down to each shoulder blade. And then inhale, raise it up, and exhale, lower it down. And we'll add on to that. So inhale, lift up, cross the opposite arms over, reaching for those shoulders. Good. And inhale, reach up, and exhale down. Take one more. Inhale, reach up, maybe look up. Switch the cross of your arms. Then exhale, slowly low down. So we're going to come up on our toes and add a little balance challenge in here. So when you're ready, inhale, come up on your toes. And exhale, bring your hands to your shoulders. Inhale, reach up, look up if you dare. And exhale, slowly lower down. Good, two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Reaching up. Finding that stability. Good. Good. Now, just come up on your, keep your weight in one leg and take an ankle circle with the other. Yogi's choice. Go the other direction, circling it out. Good. And then we'll just switch. Nice. Then come back to center. Maybe bend one knee and then the other. And just notice how you're feeling here. Lift and spread your toes, recommit, and bring your weight. Let's all go to the right leg and lift that left leg up and just hug it in. Good. Take some circles here. Already starting to feel that those minor adjustments that the body makes as we challenge our balance. You're doing great, I can tell. When you're ready, slowly lower that left foot down, shake it out. Bring your weight over to your opposite foot. Take the right foot up. Circle it out. Find your drishti. We can start using our drishtis, our gazing point, looking at something that's not moving. Good. Excellent work. Nice. And slowly lower it down. Good job. All right, so I'm not at the front of my mat. If you are already there, stay there. Let's come to the front of the mat and we'll take our feet right under our hips, stand up in that mountain pose, and inhale, we'll take some half sun salutations, reaching up, looking up. Let your palms touch, and then exhale, forward fold, coming into your forward fold. So blocks here if your hands aren't quite reaching the earth. Bend your knees as much as you need to, and just let your head release and relax. Shake it out, right and left and up and down. On your next inhale, come up to a flat back, finding that half table, drawing the shoulders away from the ears, and exhale, refold. Good. Inhale, bend your knees, root to rise, reaching up and looking up. Make that clasp, take your hands to clasp and press your palms up to the ceiling. Take a big breath in. Inhale, lean over to the right. Make that big C curve with the body and look left. See what you can see. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then inhale back up to center. Without any ceremonious action, just take yourself over to the left and look right. And breathe here. In, deep breath in. Slow breath out. Nice. Inhale back to center. Take your palms up and then take your arms back. Clasp your hands back behind you. See if you can get your palms to touch. And then bend your knees as much as you need to forward fold here. Let your head relax down to the floor. See if you can keep your palms together. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And then as you exhale, release your hands. Come into that lengthening of the spine, your halfway lift. And exhale, refold. Good. Inhale, rooting to rise. We'll take another side bend, clasping your hands the funky way, leaning over to the left first. Why not? And then look right. Inhale back to center. And then take yourself over to the right and look left. Good. Inhaling, pressing those palms up, maybe framing your ears a little bit more, and then take your hands back behind your back, clasp them the funky way so the other thumb is on top, and then just pour yourself forward. Let that forehead come toward the knee. Maybe your legs are a little bit straighter, your crown of your head can press toward the floor. Keeping a nice relaxed face as we find our balance. When you're ready, slowly release. On your exhale, bring your hands to your shins. Come up halfway. And then exhale, refold. Take your hands to the mat and step your left leg all the way back, all the way back. Take some rocks forward and back. I have my blanket already under me on top of my mat, which is kind of nice. It makes me feel cozy. But if you don't, and you would like to put your knee down, maybe you put your blanket under your knee. Let the top of the foot relax on the floor and just bring your hands up to your right thigh and draw your shoulders back and down. Good. Breathe in as you lean forward just slightly so you can feel that stretch in the left hip flexor. Feels so nice. Good for running. Good for just about everything. Breathe in, lift your gaze up, challenge your balance. Keep those shoulders down away from the ears. And then bring your hands to heart center and take your left elbow. Give yourself a twist, twisting over toward the right. Good. So you want to twist from that left rib cage, taking your gaze toward the right shoulder. Excellent. Nice work. And then slowly unwind. Take your fingertips to the floor and take your hips back towards your heels and lift that right toe. Come up to a long length in the torso, lifting up. And on your exhale, just bow forward. Find that stretch in the hamstring. Good. Breathing in, breathing out. They come and go so quickly here. Good. When you're ready, come back forward. Let's take our left hand to the inside of this right foot. Tuck your left toe and take a twist. And smile. Take a little arm circle here while we're here. Maybe two. Get that shoulder opened up. And then bring your right hand down to the outside of the right foot. Keep that left hand where it is. And take your right foot back, step it back. Lift your hips and come into downward facing dog. This is our first down dog of the day, of the evening. Maybe not of the day. So walk out your dog. Enjoy your dog, even if your dog just left you. And then press your heels back toward the floor. Lift your hips a little bit higher. Keep a relaxed head, relaxed neck, and a relaxed face. Good. And when you're ready, look forward. You can bend your knees and take a little bunny hop forward if you like, or just take a walk, and we'll meet in forward fold. Let's take our forward fold with our hands at our elbows. So coming into ragdoll here. Finding a ragdoll that feels yummy. So knees bent, maybe your belly is all the way on your thighs. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Maybe see what happens if you straighten your legs a little bit more. Breathing in, breathing out. And then inhale, coming into your half lift. And exhale, take your hands to the floor. And we're going to step back with the right leg. Let's come all the way back. And just rock back and forth a little bit. Feeling the stretch here. Fingertips on the floor. And then lower that right knee to the floor. Come up to your Anjaneyasana. A low lunge where you can come forward ever so slightly and just feel that stretch in the right hip flexor. Shining your heart forward. Nice smile. Shoulders down away from the ears. Oh yeah. This one feels good, right? Breathe in. Breathe out. Excellent. When you're ready, bring your knee back so it's over your ankle. Bring your hands to your heart center and take your right elbow across over that left leg, taking your twist, gazing over your left shoulder, breathing, twisting from that right rib. So I thought we'd start standing up and then we'd make our way down, and once we get down there, we just stay. I like that idea tonight. I hope you do. We'll breathe in again, and as you exhale, unwind. Take your fingertips to the floor, sink your hips back, lift your left toes. Inhale to lift, finding length from the crown of the head to the tailbone. And exhale, melt your heart, fold in toward that left knee. Good job. Breathe here, stretching that hamstring. See if you can come back to that Ujjayi breath if that serves you tonight. And on your next inhale, we'll come back forward. Take that right toe and tuck it so you can lift up. Place that right hand on the floor. Take your twist over toward the left, keeping that left knee on top of that left ankle. And then take some circles. Open up those shoulders. Good. And then take the left hand to the outside of the left foot. We'll take that left foot back and lift our hips up, coming into downward facing dog, part deux. And just walk out your dog if you like, or find stillness here. So getting that length in the spine, breathing in, breathing out. Good job. When you're ready, rock yourself forward. Come into a plank pose. Spread your fingers nice and wide. So hands under shoulders, fingers spread, engaging your core. That's going to start kicking in sometime soon. Good job. Breathe in. And when you're ready, rock yourself forward or lower your knees, and we'll come slowly all the way down to our bellies. Let the tops of your feet relax on the floor. And just make a pillow with your hands. Shake out your hips. Sophie, shake right and left. Good job. Breathe in. Breathe out. When you're ready, chin comes back to center. Hands come to the outsides of the shoulders. Draw your elbows in and slowly peel yourself up to your first Cobra Pose here. Just ever so slightly. Keep that chin tucked so that you're not straining your neck. And then on your exhale, slowly lower down. Make a little pillow and turn your head in the opposite way. I won't do that because I don't want to be rude. But just take a breath or two here. Do the Sophie shake. Shake it on out. Good. And on your next breath, we're going to come back up through Cobra, taking your hands to the outsides of the shoulders again, tucking those elbows in toward the body, squeezing the shoulder blades. Maybe come up a little higher. Just decide how much of a back bend you're ready for. Shoulders stay down away from the ears. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then slowly descend back to the earth. We'll turn the head in the opposite direction, keeping it simple, keeping it easy, rocking it out. Just swallow in your throat to relax your face and your throat. Take a big breath in. Fill up all the way around the lungs. So the front and the back. Feel the belly pressing into the floor. And then as you exhale, chin comes back to center. This time we're going to take our hands outside of our shoulders. Do the squeezy thing. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Press yourself up. Come up into an upward facing dog if you like. Draw your shoulders down away from the ears. Maybe gaze up slightly. Knees are lifted. Keeping the balance. Breathe in. And on your exhale, bring your knees wide as your mat. Sink your hips back. Slowly, though. Sink your hips back for a counter pose, coming into child's pose. Extend your arms all the way forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep your arms, your elbows lifted, and let your fingertips do the walking, as I used to say in the yellow pages, ads. Let your fingers do the walking. Let them reach forward. Get that length in the back. And breathe into that back body. Nice. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. When you're ready, slowly come up. We'll press into table, bringing your knees back under your hips. And then take a few cat-cows here just to work the belly. So inhaling, dropping your belly, lifting your tailbone and your gaze. And exhale, round. Pressing the mat away. Just moving forward and back with the spine. Good. Let's take one more each way. And then come back to that neutral position. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. And breathe in, pressing your heels back toward the floor, lifting those hips, spreading the fingers nice and wide. Inhale that right leg up to the sky. Point your toes, get super long, keep that left heel pressing toward the earth. And then on your next inhalation, look forward and step forward. Find your low lunge, and we'll rise up coming into Crescent Lunge. So take your arms up toward the sky. Try to get your hair out of your mouth. Draw those shoulders down, back into the sockets if they've come up. And find your balance here. So if you really feel balanced and you feel good about this, look up and you'll notice what happens. Good. Breathe in. Fingertips reaching up. Excellent work. And on your next exhale, just come all the way down. Send that right foot back to meet the left. We're going to rock forward and slowly lower down, or come to your knees, come all the way down. This time chin comes to the mat. Take your hands to your shoulders. Press yourself up into your upward facing dog and exhale into your downward facing dog. Good. Pressing those heels back to the floor. Gazing back. Inhale that left leg up to the sky. Get long. Breathe in. And on your exhalation, step it on forward. Reach your arms up. Frame your ears. Get nice and long. Decide if you want to challenge your balance by looking up. Your choice, yogi's choice, yogini's choice. We'll take a breath in. If you're looking up, I'm so proud of you. As you exhale, hands come to the earth. Step back. Decide if you're going to lower your knees and come through your chaturanga, coming all the way down. Tops of the feet, press into the earth. And inhale up, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in and a big, nice long exhalation. And when you're ready, right leg lifts again, because we can. Look forward. Send that right foot forward, coming through your crescent lunge again. Reach those arms up. Find your crescent. And then exhale as you open up, warrior two. Sending your right arm forward, your left arm back. Stretching those shoulders. Stretching fingertips from shoulders. Good. Right knee over the right ankle. And that back foot is parallel. Right heel lined up with the arch of the left leg. Good job. Flip your right palm, reverse that, lean back. Left hand sinks down. Good. Inhale, come back through warrior two. And exhale, hands come to the earth. Step that right foot back. Here we are in plank again, or tabletop. Slowly lower down, lower the tops of the feet down, come all the way down. Get ready for your inhale, press yourself up, come up to your upward facing dog or your cobra, and exhale yourself back to your downward facing dog. Good, other side, lift your left leg up. Good. On your exhale, step it forward, reach up for the sky, find your balance. Maybe look up, framing your ears. Take a big breath in and open up, warrior two on this side. Send your fingertips out from your shoulders and line up your feet. Left heel to right arch. Look over that left finger. Good. Left knee over left ankle. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, lift your left palm up to the sky, lean back, reversing this. Nice job. And on your exhale, we'll cartwheel. Send your right toes so they're facing forward. Step on back, coming through your plank or your table. Lower all the way down gently. Inhale, rising up through your back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths here in down dog. Find your center here, find your balance. Good, breathing in, breathing out. Excellent work. Nice job. When you're ready, we're going to lift that right leg again. This time, open it up. Take some ankle circles here, finding that fire hydrant. And then re-lengthen it. Find that length. Inhale. And exhale, we'll step forward again. This time, we'll come into warrior one. So take that left foot. You might take it over to the left side of the mat a little bit more. The right toes are pointing forward. The left foot is spinning toward the side, so at an angle. And then reach your arms up here. Keep that left side of the left foot pressing toward the earth, and maybe look up here. See how this feels. Challenging your balance. Breathing in, breathing out. And then take your palms, flip them, take them back, and see if you can take your palms to press them together in reverse namaste, or just take your hands to your elbows. So reverse namaste, hands come behind the back. Shine your heart forward, inhale, and then as you exhale, just fold forward, coming into a humble warrior. So the head comes down, the face stays soft. You got this. Breathing in, breathing out. Then inhale, come up halfway. Decide if you want to take your right hand to the inside of this right leg and maybe lift that left arm up to the sky, or if you're feeling frisky, take that right hand and wrap it around for the bind. So you might be able to touch your fingers. You might just take your hand to your lower back, your left hand. Breathe in and breathe out. Good job. You're nailing this. One more breath in. And as you exhale, hands come to the inside of the right foot. Spin the left foot so it's facing the same direction. Lower that left knee and the top of the left foot. And here we are in our lizard pose. So really nice hip opener here. So decide if you want to prop yourself up, if you want to put your blanket or your blocks underneath you, and then come into your lizard pose. You can let this right knee come out to the side. This right foot might come up so that you are on the right side of that right foot. Your decision. Or you can even move your foot out a little bit more, depending on how your hips are feeling here today. Just let your eyes close, and we'll just take a moment here in this this lizard pose. Breathing in, getting that stretch that we wanted. We asked for this, right? Keep that smile on your face. Breathing in all the way deeply, keeping that constriction in the back of the throat if you like that. Some people call it Darth Vader breath. Just find stillness here. Let's take one more breath together. Keep it slow and easy. And on your exhalation, take your hands to the mat. Tuck your left toe. Send your right foot back and just come into a downward facing dog here. Walk your dog. Find what feels natural for you. You can take some little hip circles if that would feel good. And then just find some stillness. Let your head dangle, let your face be soft, but bright and cheerful. I'm just kidding. If you're not cheerful, just forget it. You be you, but breathe. On your next inhalation, lift that left foot, reaching up, finding length, and then open that hip. Dog on the fire hydrant. Take some ankle circles here. Open it up. Good. Re-extend. Find that length and then step it way forward. Oh, this time we're coming into Warrior One, however. So when you're ready, rise up. That right foot comes closer to the right side, over here at an angle, and the left toes are pointing forward. Frame your ears, knee over ankle, all the things. Breathe in, maybe look up. And this time, you can bring your hands back to clasp, or try that reverse namaste on this side, or just bring your hands to your elbows. Before you do, inhale, look up, and exhale, pour over into your humble warrior. Finding your humble warrior on this side. Finding your balance. Might be a little wobbly, that's okay. We keep practicing. Steady as she goes. When you're ready, slowly come up and just release that left hand down. Decide if you want to take a side angle here, fingertips to floor, or the inside of that leg. And maybe you want to try a bind on this side, or maybe you just, oh, I just got a little shoulder noise. Be gentle. You can take that half bind with your right arm, or maybe you reach back for your fingers. See what you can get a hold of. Breathe in, open that right shoulder. Take your gaze up toward that right shoulder. Ah, good. And breathe out. And as you do, come back down to the mat. Send that right leg long. Lower the knee and the top of the foot. And then just lower down into your version of lizard pose. Now, I have a block here handy. If you have one, it's a nice handy thing. Or if you want to put your pillow or your blanket underneath you. If you want to say a prayer, you're in a great position. And just let that left inner thigh and hip just soften with every breath. Come back to that Ujjayi breath. You can imagine the ocean, waves crashing in, and then receding out with every breath. Excellent work. On your next breath, in, let's come down off our props, bring your hands to the inside of that left foot, tuck your right toes, send your left leg back to meet your right, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take a breath or two, reset, and then as you're ready, we're just going to come to about the middle of our mat. Take your hands to your hips and go ahead and roll all the way up. We'll come up to standing yet again at the top of your mat or the center of your mat or wherever feels right for you in your sacred space. And then bring your feet about hip width. Let's test our balance now that we've been working so hard to achieve some relaxation. Lift and spread your toes, re-root, grow those roots. Take a big breath in, find your mountain pose, and then bring your weight over to your right leg. Lift your left leg up, just like we did. Maybe this is where you want to stay for your balance challenge. Find your drishti. Engage both legs. If you'd like to come into tree pose, just take that right leg, tuck it inside the inner thigh of the left. Find your heart center with your palms. Good. Coming into tree pose, maybe growing your branches, reaching out, dropping your leaves because it is almost fall. Bring your hands back to heart center and slowly release that leg. Good. How'd you do? Shake it out. We have another side. One side usually is so much easier. I'm not sure. Every day is different though. So bring your hands to heart center, bring your weight to your left side. And hug your knee in. Just decide if this is where you will stay. There's plenty of balance challenge in this. And this is also where a chair, a wall can also come in handy, so feel free to partake. If you want to come into tree, slippery pants are a real hazard for tree pose. So if your yoga pants are slippery, you just must press even more diligently from leg into foot, foot into leg. Grow your branches. Drop your leaves. And bring your hands back to heart center as you release. Good job. How was that? All right, let's take one more forward fold before we come all the way to the ground. So when you're ready, just bring your legs wide as your mat. Take your feet to parallel. Bring your hands to your hips and just slowly come into your halfway lift. When you're ready, take your hands down to the floor and let your head release toward the floor. Hopefully this feels good on your back. If not, come up to your fingertips. Come up halfway. If it feels good, see what happens if you bring your hands back to parallel with your feet. And just relax your head, relax your neck, relax your shoulders. Take a big breath in. If you're not already there, come up to your fingertips and just bend that right knee. Take yourself over to your right. Let your left leg be long. Good. And then take yourself over to the left, stretching the right inner thigh. Walking back and forth a couple more times. Stretching out in preparation for our yin poses. You'll be happy you did. Good. Good. And then come back to center. Take that right hand to the left leg and lift up. Take your twist toward that side. Maybe bring your head closer to your knee if you want a little more hamstring. Breath in and breath out. Just switch. Excellent. Breath in, breath out, refold. Nice job. Heel toe your feet in just 1 or 2 times, and then if your knees permit, sink down into your squat. We're coming down to the ground. If your knees are not working with you today, no sweat. Just come down to your mat with your legs lengthwise. We're going to take the left leg long, bring the right leg in, sort of like we were in tree. You can use any props to prop yourself up. If your right knee is lifted way high and you want to stick something under there, a blanket or pillow, fine. Take your hips and just turn them over toward the left and flex those left toes. Inhale, reach up nice and tall. And as you exhale, take a forward fold toward that left knee. See if you can reach for your toe, a pant leg, your calf, and just surrender here. Let this pose be passive and not aggressive. That wasn't funny, sorry. Just make this pose softening, a softening pose. Breathing in, breathing out. So notice what's going on in the back of the neck. See if you can relax the back of the neck a little bit more. Soften the face. Come back to that Ujjayi breath. Constricting the back of the throat. Hearing the sound of the ocean always calms me down, so see if you can make that sound for yourself. Good, one more. And then slowly let yourself come up just about halfway and take that left hand, tuck it underneath that calf. Then we're going to turn our torso toward the center and reach that right arm over as though we're going to reach for that left toe. Maybe you get a hold of it, maybe not. We're just going to take a side stretch here. So the left toes can be flexed, if you like that sort of thing. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. So I'm hoping Sophie will get back on the boat. Try it again. Maybe she'll stay a little longer. Maybe she'll be able to relax a little bit. There is a little spot where she can lay down if she could just trust. It really is hard to find our balance when we are not relaxed in a situation, in life, in general. And maybe have a little more compassion for people if they're out of balance. That's probably they just can't figure out how to relax. It takes practice. We know that. Inhale, coming back up. Let's take a twist before we go to the other side. So just take this left leg and cross it over. Give yourself a hug. Take the left hand behind you and just take your spine in a little rinsing action. Little detox, little rinse for the organs. Breathe in. Take your twist a little bit deeper. And then slowly unwind, coming back to center. We'll take the right leg, extend it out, bring that left foot on the inside of the right leg, and then take your hands to your hips, turn them, reach up, and come on down and say hi to this right knee. Prop yourself up as needed on this side. And just let yourself slowly come into this pose. So it might not feel the same as the other side. That's okay. You might want to lift up part way, coming up halfway, and then refolding. You might want to get a hold of your pants or just hold on to your calf. A strap is also nice here, or some kind of a scarf. Just something so that we can soften here. Good. And see if you can be here for another few rounds of breath. Coming into that, back to that Ujjayi breath if you've lost it. We used to actually have a Darth Vader mask. Somebody usually wore it for Halloween. I'm not sure where that thing is. I think it was signed by James Earl Jones, actually. We bought it at some charity event. I have to find that. All right, take another round of that Darth Vader breath. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then slowly turn your torso toward the center as you place that right hand underneath that right calf. Take that left arm up and over. Then take your side bend. So as though you're reaching for the toes, but you want to be able to open up so you get that side stretch on this side. I don't know about this shirt. Reaching for your toes. Maybe you get a hold of yours. Maybe you turn your gaze under your left arm. Maybe your deepening breath can take you a little deeper in the stretch, or you might just be happy where you are. Let's take a few more breaths here. Let's close your eyes, soften into it. And on your next breath in, slowly lift up. Let's bring our right foot in to meet our left, coming into Badakanasana, sitting up nice and tall, shining the heart, and then taking one last forward fold for the evening, letting your chin come down to your chest, allowing your thighs to open up, and your face to soften, and your shoulders to round forward. Coming into this surrender shape. So good for the nervous system. Teaching us it's okay to relax. This world is so out of balance sometimes, it seems. All we need is for people to feel safe and to be able to find times where they can be at peace, to reset. So if you know someone who could use yoga, maybe share a video, share a meditation practice that you like. Help them come back to their center. Because one person who's out of balance can really rock your boat, especially if they're living in your house. Of course, we don't have control over other people, but we can be good role models, right? Let's take one more breath in. And we'll slowly peel ourselves up and then make your way to your back, because that will feel so nice about this time. And just take a hug of your knees. Squeeze them in. Maybe take some circles. Massage out that sacrum. And go the other way. Good. And then just find stillness. Give yourself a big hug. Squeeze those knees in. Let's take wind relieving pose. Good. And when you're ready, bring both feet to the floor. Heels come up toward your hips, hands on the floor. Tuck your shoulders underneath, lift your hips, coming into a bridge pose here. So press up, maybe take your hands underneath, clasp them, come up a little higher, pressing your feet into the floor, lifting your hips. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep your gaze upward so you're not turning your neck in a compromising way. And we'll take one more breath in and then slowly lower down. Good, all the way down. And just pause here, maybe rock your knees from side to side, taking your feet a little wider. Good. And then place your feet back on the floor. Lift your hips just high enough to take your hips over to the right, and then let your knees come over toward the left. Open your right arm out, maybe your left arm out, or the left hand can rest on the top of that right leg. Turn your gaze toward the right and breathe here. Final twist. And let your breath come slow and easy. Let your eyes be closed. Good. One more breath in. And then slowly bring your knees back up to center. Come back to center. Just let your back be neutral. And then lift yourself up, bump your hips over to the left, and take your knees over to the right. Open up that left arm. You can open up the right arm, turn your gaze toward the left. And breathe in and breathe out. Just enjoying this twist. You relax good. When you're ready, slowly come back to center. So a couple of choices here. If you happen to have a wall, and you can scoot your hips up toward the wall and let your legs rest up the wall, that's one option, and it's a really yummy one for Shavasana. Or if you happen to have your pillows and you'd like to take something under your legs, you can do that. I'd like to have our legs up at least for a few breaths. So if you want to come into just a supported shoulder stand or a happy baby, just to get our legs up over our heart. So good for us. If you come into happy baby, just rock from side to side and giggle a little bit and enjoy this last pose before Shavasana. And when you're ready, we'll just surrender into our final resting pose, extending our legs long, letting your legs come wide and your arms come wide, maybe even off the mat, palms face up. And rock and roll around until you find that really comfy place where you can just be. Settle in and let your eyes close. Bring your awareness to the crown of your head. Allow your awareness to sink down, softening your face and your jaw. Let your neck and throat soften and relax. Allow your shoulders to melt. Soft, relaxed belly. Hips melt into the ground. The legs are heavy. The feet open out. Relaxing the toes, the arms, the palms of the hands, the fingers, the entire body relaxed, surrendering to this Shavasana. This is called What We Need Is Here by Wendell. Geese appear high over us, pass and the sky closes, abandon as in love or sleep, holds them to their way, clear in the ancient faith. What we need is here. And we pray not for new earth or heaven, but to be quiet in heart and in eye clean. What we need is here. Slowly begin to deepen your breath and bring small movements to fingers and toes, moving the head from side to side. And find your way over to your side and curl up in that fetal position. Just let yourself transition. Or stay just where you are. And if you'd like to join me in a comfortable seat, we'll just take a moment together to close the practice. seated with our eyes closed. And then take your arms out wide. Inhale, reach up. And draw all the goodness down into your heart. Let your chin come to your chest. And just pause to acknowledge yourself for showing up to your mat. Maybe smile to yourself and send a good thought out to the world that sorely needs balance. May some of the balance we have generated in ourselves be passed on to those who could use some. Thanks for joining me for practice again. I'll see you next Tuesday. Namaste.